But once again, how do you cut in? So I tried to cut in down over here. Pretty much got stuck. Rocks everywhere. Right over here there's a big stump, overturned tree, and it goes about a 4-foot elevation change of 1-to-1 right through here. So that was out. Came down through here, and let me show you this. So there's all the treads, and then it's trying to push in through here. But I got this hill. Literally, it's cutting in is the hardest part of a job, and you guessed it, we got a lake back here. So yeah, we got soft ground. Trying to come through here. See all the rocks. Can you even see the machine through the... It's about 9 feet higher than me. I don't know. Something like that. Slopes. Might have to think about getting a steel track machine if we do much more of these. I mean, this probably isn't bad once you can get cut in and get room to turn around. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out a path to get a 50 by 50 so I can start, taking pie cuts. That's probably the hardest thing. There's just no good place. So that's what we got going on right now. So I think we left off talking about cutting in. I literally got spooked over there. So we came back over here, a lot more gradual, still thick, but at least I can, stab in there. Until I couldn't, and I almost got up to where we were, where I started, and I slipped, and we had an accident. So this is all, bent up. The pressure relief valve is in my hand, not on the machine. Yeah, it was bad. I couldn't do nothing. I know I'll take it for a quick walk. I know it won't look much. Excuse me. This project, it's got me on my nerves. It don't look bad. I understand that, but for whatever reason, the slope, the density, maybe I didn't get enough sleep. Operator error, terrain. Guys, I don't know. Even had a track pop off. I started hearing the pop, 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 pop. Stopped, got out, looked at it, and half the rollers are on the wrong side of the track. The only way to get it back on was to drive forward. I didn't really have anywhere to drive forward, so we just slammed into it whatever we could, and spun the track, and at least it didn't slip a track and lose the track. It'd be between smacking the hydraulics, a track almost coming off, That's pretty rare. I don't have that a whole lot. The dust, the sun, can't hardly see. I mean, I'm sure you go on camera and be like, this isn't bad. And when I did the site walk, I agree. It didn't look bad. I don't know why this project has me literally shaking. I was shaking on the other portion of it. And I can't do no right here. So this is plan B, and we just connected up to plan A where I first cut in. It don't look bad, but there's all these rocks and deadfall, so like logs just sitting there, and it's not bad for a mulcher, but you get a track on one of those deadfalls that you can't see, instantly you'll slip, you'll slide. Here's another rock I hit. So this is all on excuse me, plan A over here. Spooky. Just scared the daylights out of me. So I went back and opened up plan B. Hopefully going to try to connect them here and see what we got to do. So pretty close to connecting. Really thick and big trees. So anyways, pretty much going to label this video as be safe, cut in. Look at that. Yeah, it's not going to show on the video. But anyways, this one's kicking my butt, and I can't do much about it. done. I don't know, I started here and just got scared. I don't know why. It's really not that bad. It just one of those days where, kind of got scared, and I don't know, just couldn't get my groove. Found water. Other than that, I don't know. It was an okay job, just kind of scary. So there we go. Yeah. So back here for the second day. This day is going to be clean up, touch up, make stuff look, a whole lot better. This is all roughed in, so don't beat me up too much on one day of production. We had another day built in for cleanup. I still can't figure out why. I was shaking, so scared. I was laying in bed. All I can think of is I'm coming down with allergies, and I'm going to have allergies for the next couple weeks. And I took an Allegra D, so the pseudoephedrine. Didn't have lunch, so stopped at my local grocery store. And they also have a Starbucks or Caribou in it. And don't usually, but, got one of those foo-foo coffees. And then the pseudoephedrine. I think I was just, too antsy, too jacked up. Y'all see that? That just happened. So I think that's what happened. I think it was my body was just on too many stimulants that I just don't normally do. So I'm thinking that is because you guys seen me take bigger slopes than this and stuff. This shouldn't have caused so many concern. Meanwhile, my tractor Taki took the brunt of it. I banged up the roof, I banged up the standard flow hydraulics, had a track pop off. Never had a track pop off. The skid steer took the brunt of my jitterness, but we're gonna go over to the front yard and clean that up. But day 2. All right. So, story as old as time. Client gets excited about opening up their land, getting to see it, and they say, hey, you did a great job here. Go to this other part. Well, here's the other part. It was the front yard, and they haven't seen their lake in many years. So we opened it up as close to the lake as possible. Didn't want to spend all day on it. Still wants me to go back and finish up, the other part. But just wanted a little pie shape so he could, enjoy the view from his deck. I think that's pretty cool. Always happy to allow clients to fall back in love with their land that they pay taxes on. So that's kind of what we did there. Pretty wet there. Turns out, my machine does not like wet conditions. So we pushed in as much as possible without using a whole lot of time. But anyways, thought I'd show you the front yard project. that was a little adder. Now, to get back to the backyard and clean that up. Pretty all right job, huh? All right, it's starting to rain, so we're gonna wrap it up here. So this is day 2. Challenging project. Probably doesn't look very technical. I didn't think it was when I first bid it. A couple of hand piles to come back and mulch, but there's always little stuff, next to trees. You got to trim around, throw it in a pile, then mulch it. So yeah, that's day 2 on a 2-day bid. Didn't get all the time to process everything. We're gonna do a quick back drag during the rain here, and then we'll be done. And we'll get into estimating another video, but I do want to make an estimation video. I'm very good with the tractor and bidding per project, and I can make great money per hour on the tractor bidding by the project, and then by the day. I kind of do that with forestry mulching because there's a lot of variables, and learned a lot with the density, not just the girth, the size of mulch trees, but just the sheer density with the slope. Learned a lot about my production and what I can do and can't do. So, I mean, real quickly, the estimating video is going to be, by the day, you are allowed scope creep, like we saw in this one where we did the front yard. We left, doing some of the more finished work back here, went up to the front yard and spent, that time that I should have been finishing this one, spent that time up there. So by the day, scope creep, whatever you want me to do. I'll paint your bathroom if you pay me my day rate. And then by the job, very defined scope, very defined expectations. And it doesn't matter if it takes me 4 hours or 4 days, payable upon receipt. So that's a quick difference, and we'll get into that on another video. But we're gonna wrap up this one. Little bit of change in job scope, but it was a day rate, and that's where we got. Gonna be looking at some different machines too as we get more and more into this. Don't know if it's going to be a mini X with a mulcher and a thumb and a bucket, and maybe limb saw, or if my clients keep doing, does this show right there? That's a 1-to-1, 45-degree angle. If my clients keep pushing me into slope jobs, a track dedicated machine would be in my future then. So, hey, if you want to figure out estimating or where my business is going, make sure you subscribe. Appreciate your time. Hey guys, I'm Justin. I'm the Bulldog. You see me doing this, you can do it too. Cheers from the Bulldog, guys.